Hello, guys. So we will continue our discussion on the previous questions. Okay, so let's start with the question. Let me share the question and then we can discuss. So, how do sociologists construct gender in their analysis of social inequality? So, here is the question. Now we have the answer, but before that, let's decode the demand of the question. So, what you need to do, you need to define here what is gender, what is sex. You need to talk about the difference. So, you will have to distinguish between sex and gender. Sex is biological, gender is social, and then you explain how sociologists understand gender in the analysis of social inequality, and then you discuss at different levels at which gender construct inequality, whether at the individual level, at the interpersonal level, and the cultural level, institutional level, and the whole structural level. You need to discuss this, and then you need to support with relevant sociological thinkers. We'll be discussing multiple thinkers. You can use Anne Oakley, you can use Sylvia Valby, and others also. Even when we talk about Anne Oakley, we discuss how mother's role is culturally constructed. And then finally, you conclude it with a balanced sociological perspective. Okay, so you'll have to discuss the meaning of gender. You have to discuss was sex also. You have to make the difference between sex and gender. One is biological, the other is social. And then gender, how it is socially constructed, you need to explain. And then levels of gender analysis from the individual level, interpersonal level, societal level, structural level, like that. And then gender socialization, patriarchy and power relation you need to bring in, and gender based division of labor. You need to discuss the roles assigned to each gender, and major thinkers, of course, and conclusion. So I hope this is very clear. So how will you start? What would be the introduction? Just the best way to introduce is talking about sex and gender and their difference in the introduction itself. And then you explain gender as social constructed and everything. All these I have already given in the note. So you can just add on to that, right? So introduction should be something like this. Gender refers to the socially and culturally constructed roles, identities, expectations, and behavior which is associated with being male, female, or other gendered identities. But sex, which is biological, so that is just the biological difference between male and female. So sex is biological. The gender, when I'm talking about, that is related to some expectations, which is culturally constructed. That means it is socially constructed. So sex is biological and gender is sociological or socially constructed. And that again, when I say socially constructed, means what? It varies across societies. It varies across time. It varies across space also. Different societies have different expectations, right? So gender varies across societies, across time also. And sociologists analyze gender as one of the most important bases of social inequality. There you talk about gender as social construct and gender-based stratification, gender-based division of labor, and inequalities and patriarchy and hierarchy, and all those you can mention. So let's start with this. I'll quickly go through by just mentioning the important thinkers. Gender as a social construction. So gender is created through social interaction rather than biology, and gender roles differ across cultures and historical periods. An individual learn gender through socialization, and this is something which we discussed in fact, UPSC asked in Mead, and we discussed in Mead how gender identity is created through different stages, play stage, game stage, etc. And then Judith Butler, gender is performative. It is continuously performed through repeated social practices rather than being innate. And then you talk about individual level, like gender shape, identity, self-concept, behavior, aspirations, and individuals internalize gender norms from childhood. Right here, you can talk about Patricia Hill Collins. Intersectionality explains how gender interact with caste, class, and race to produce multiple inequalities. Okay, then comes the interpersonal level. So gender influence family relations, friendships, marriage, workplace interactions. So society assign different expectation to men and women. And then again, you can use Judith Butler. Everyday interaction continuously reproduce the gender norms. Then talk about the next level, cultural and social level. So culture prescribed masculinity, femininity, and appropriate behavior, dress code, occupation, role expectations, right? So here you can talk about again Cornell. So the concept of hegemonic masculinity explained how dominant forms of masculinity maintain the male privilege. For example, you talk about boys encouraged towards STEM, and then girls encouraged towards caregiving roles, like that. Now, next level. So institutional level. So gender inequality is reproduced through institutions like family, school, religion, media, workplace, state. Okay, so for example, wage gap, glass ceiling effect, unequal leadership representation. Guys, if you are someone who's new to sociology and attending, and if you're not able to understand what I'm talking about, then there is no other way. You'll have to complete the syllabus and then you need to attend the session. Or if you're someone who's not able to understand these terms, just Google it, because these are very standard concepts which is already done with your syllabus. So that's why I'm just going through quickly. Then hourly hostile, very important. We use that emotional labor concept in multiple places, very important. Emotional labor disproportionately performed by women, that flight attendee, that case study you can mention. But you don't want to write all those, you don't have time. But in case if it is required, that's the psychological dimension. And then the structural level, next level. So gender inequality is embedded in broader systems like patriarchy, capitalism, class, caste. Here you talk about Sylvia Valby, Marxist feminist, Cynthia, you can mention. And then Sylvia Valby, patriarchy is a system of structures and institutions through which men dominate women. And then Marxist feminist, you can see gender division of labor support capitalist exploitation. Then Epstein, you can mention gender differences are socially produced rather than biologically determined. Now comes to gender socialization. So gender roles, how it is socialized, learned, how a child learned this from family, school, peer group, media, religion, right? And then GH Mead, we just mentioned that children internalize the gender roles through role taking and social interaction. For example, girls encouraged to be caring, boys encouraged to be tough, competitive, masculine. And gender division of labor, if you see, a sociologist examine like domestic work, care work, labor market segregation, occupational stereotypes. For example, women concentrated in caregiving occupation and men dominate the leadership and technical professions. Now, important sociological thinkers' contribution that you can mention, as I've already mentioned, Judith Butler, gender is performative. That's something which you need to bring in your answer. Patricia Collins, intersectionality. Cornell, you can talk about hegemonic masculinity. Sylvia Valby, patriarchy as a social structure. Arlie Hostile, emotional labor. And Oakley, mother's role is culturally constructed. G.H. Mead, gender socialization through interaction. And then Irving Goffman, gender is presented through everyday social performances. This is the dramaturgy, and this was asked by UPSC dramaturgical perspective. Okay, I've explained it separately also. So the contemporary example, you can talk about this gender wage gap, glass ceiling on corporate leadership, right? Why women is not reaching to the top level. At one level they'll go, but beyond that it won't go. So that's something which is understood as glass ceiling. And gender stereotypes in education, unequal unpaid care work, social media reinforcing the beauty standards, right? Apart from that, you can talk about UN Sustainable Development Goal 5, gender equality, and another thinker. These are optional value addition if you don't have enough. Now we need a conclusion. So you can say sociologist, that could be the summary of what we discussed, right? So sociologists view gender not as biological fact, not just as a biological difference, but as something which is socially constructed. The institutions that basically shape identity, the relationship, the opportunities, and the power structure and everything. So by analyzing gender across individual or interpersonal or institutional and structural level, sociology basically demonstrate how gender inequalities are continuously produced and reproduced. So if you see contemporary sociological perspectives, therefore, emphasize the transforming social institutions or challenging the patriarchal norms and promoting the gender justice to achieve more of a kind of egalitarian or equal society. So this is how you can conclude your answer. So that's it. That's about the session. Thank you so much. If you're looking for any classes or mentorship or test series, you can get in touch with us. I see you there.